Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel. It's that time of year again. We're back here at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. We're checking out the Supercar Paddock. This is where you will find all of the world's latest and greatest hypercars, supercars, new introductions. We're going to have a quick look around before checking out the cars as they head over to the Hillclimb to get started up the legendary course. This is now my 14th, 15th time at Goodwood, I don't even know, but this year in the paddock, we've got the likes of the brand new, insane Koenigsegg Gemera in production form, the Jesko CC850, Pagani have the Utopia, the Hypercar that's just lurking back behind me, the McLaren Solus GT is here, the AMG1, a trio of Valkyries, we've got the GMA T.50, we've got all sorts of new cars like the Lamborghini Revuelto, I believe the new AMG GT is running in camo form, we've got the DB12, the McLaren 750S, it goes on. We're here at Goodwood, let's run around and go take in the Supercar Paddock at one of the world's best events ever. This is a car park like no other. As you can see, it is seriously busy in the Goodwood Festival of Speed Supercar Paddock this year. I'm standing right beside the Pagani Utopia, and there might be more coming with that very soon, but we're going to see all of the cars getting underway. Opposite here we have the Bugatti Bolide, Rimac Nevera, Pininfarina Battista, Hispano Spiza, the new Rolls-Royce Spectre, so many epic cars. I mean, look behind me, this is the Lanzante stand, we've got the P1 Spider, Tag Turbo, Zonda Revolution right alongside me. As I said, the Utopia is just here, Hypercar. There are so many unbelievable cars. We're going to try and catch all of the cars as they make their way out to the Hillclimb, just get the feel, the atmosphere, the vibe of the world's best cars in one place together. They're literally clearing it now, getting ready for the cars to roll on through. Let's see this. We got to squeeze through a little bit here because the Lambos have started to make their way out. Hurricane Technica at the front. What are we up next? Oh, Viola Bast STO is here. Same color as my Hurricane STO. Then we've got the Hurricane Evo Spider coming through next. Do we have a Revuelto? I'm imagining that will follow shortly, but the Lambos have gone off first. The Aston Martins are rolling through. The new DB12 has just gone past there. Then, look at this, DBS. Oh, it's amazing, DBS 770 Ultimate. That's actually really cool what Aston have done with that. We've got the V12 Vantage. Looking bright, looking lovely. Rolling through one of the three Valkyries. This is the AMR Pro, limited to 40 cars. The track-only version, of course, being pushed towards the start where it will be fired up, ready to run. Being a track hypercar, you need to get that ready to have some actual cooling through it rather than just idling at slow speed. Coming through next, the Valkyrie Coupe. This thing, just listen to that gearbox whine. Cosworth V12, absolutely extraordinary. Then we've got the Valkyrie Spider. There are 85 Spiders, 150 coupes of the Valkyrie. Just look at these things and the sound they make when they go up the hill as well. Astons continue. This is the V8 Vantage F1 edition. Coming through next, the F1 edition. Here's one that a lot of people have been waiting to see, the Lamborghini Revuelto, the long-awaited successor to the Lamborghini Aventador, that lineage of epic Lambo V12 cars. The Revuelto is making its dynamic debut here. I'm trying to pronounce the name correctly, Revuelto. Very cool thing. Oh, immediately followed by the Bentley Batur, the limited edition special Bentley. Then we've got the Continental Pikes Peak coming through as well. I almost didn't spot the Batur, which is from Bentley's Mulliner division, following the Revuelto. One of the highlights of the event, of course, is this, the Bugatti Bolide, now running. This car is looking menacing. Obviously, the exposed carbon left. We've got Andy Wallace just jumping in, being belted in, ready to pilot this up the hill. But the Bolide boasts some unbelievable statistics. And I guess we're about to hear it starting and coming forwards. Temporary distraction. We've got the T.50, Dario Franchitti at the wheel of the GMA T.50, the fan car. Here comes the Bugatti Bolide. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely unbelievable. Obviously race car, so very different turning circle to what you'd find in a road car, and quite the crowd behind it. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Wow. I remember seeing the Bolide when it was first introduced, getting a proper look at it behind closed doors. Now it's here to run up the hill The Charge Electric Resto Mod 60s Mustang Fastback. This is a little bit unusual. Rolling past silently. Normally, oh, hashtag not a Resto Mod, an electric version then we could say, to get it right. I guess that's exactly why they put that hashtag on the back there. Keeping the electric theme, the Lotus Evija comes through. Cannot wait to experience that, hopefully in the very near future. Look at that with the tunnels that it has through the rear sections. Then I think it's time for some of the Ferraris. 296 GTS, future Shmi reveal right here. This spec in blue Corsa over the Savia interior looks super smart. It's the same spec as the one I initially test drove. But coming, I guess, in 6 months or so. It's going to get noisier now because coming behind the crowd of people, we have the 599XX Evo. Still absolutely epic, these things. Obviously, when Ferrari introduced the XX program, and they now have the first XX car in the SF90. Side exit exhaust. I have experienced one of those on track before. It's lovely in the blue and yellow, as does this. The 812 Competizione. The red arrows flyover. What a moment to catch on video. Awesome. 812 Competizione followed by the Daytona SP3, the Icona series car, yet to experience one. The little birdie tells me we won't have to wait long for that. Trio of Ferrari V12s in a row. Obviously there's also the Competizione A, the Aperta, this being the coupe, and then the Daytona currently has its temporary targa rooftop in place, given that we've got some very grey clouds over ahead of us. These will all sound epic when they set off up the hill shortly. Not entirely sure how this lineup is going to work, but hey, not a bad place to be standing right now. The Daytona heads past, but look at what's going to be coming next. That rolls through. Wait for this. We've had a bit of a swap around actually, not complaining though, because this is the Lansante P1 Spider. Lansante released this last year. It's here now, no roof on a P1. Then check this out. The latest Ferrari special projects. This is the KC23, or the SP57, whichever way you'd like to call it. This is a car that is based on the 488 GT3 track car, except it has two configurations, as you see here, with the big wing for its track version, or you can take off the wing and turn it into a Concourse-esque road car. Listen to that. So cool, that's been revealed here. We've got the Roma, recently announced a Roma Spider is going to be joining my garage as well next year. Before, do we have more Ferraris? We do indeed, the SF90 Spider, and in fact, I went up the hill on an SF90 Spider, I think 2 years ago now. That's going to be coming out after, what's popping from the side, the new Nino Farina version of the Pininfarina Battista. Edizione Nino Farina in the dark red with the silver accents. That's going to be popping through again. Electric hypercars here in the paddock at Goodwood. Love the specification of this. Also 2,000 odd horsepower. Listen to the sound. Hear the sound. There's a lot to talk about that, the sound it makes. Then we got the SF90 Spider after it. The Hispano-Suiza Carmen Boulogne with the full exposed carbon fiber bodywork. Full exposed carbon with the bronze accents. We've seen the car here at Goodwood. We'll see it again now in a new look. This is cool. Look at the retro styling that Hyundai have on this. Seen a little bit about it. We'll try and take a better look at that later actually. That's crazy. Looks like it's straight out of the 80s or something. Red arrows overhead again as we've got the first of the Porsches coming through. The 718 Spider RS. Look at this. I think that is it San Marino blue? It's looking amazing. Enjoy the drive. That's so good. GT4 RS, obviously mechanicals in the Spider platform. In fact, there's probably a GT4 RS coming at some point soon. We have the Koenigsegg's, the Jesko Attack. The Attack spec with the big wing as opposed to Absolute. Look at that paint, stunning. What a spec. Light speed transmission and all. We've got the Regera following afterwards. With Koenigsegg Direct Drive, obviously we've got a Gemera to go and check out, and then we've got is that Viper Green on the new 992 GT3 RS? Look at that, what a colour for it. Koenigsegg stand is down that side, beyond Zinger and Bentley and McMurtry, in fact, where they have the new Gemera, so we'll go have a look at that shortly also. It looks like the McLarens are coming through. New 750S, first time I've seen a 750S actually. Obviously some learnings from the 765 in the update to the 720, followed by Artura. Artura goes through to join the 750. Then we've got the Rimac Nevera. Nevera officially the fastest car in the world in so many different acceleration tests and metrics that they've now recorded. The Croatian company, the brainchild of Mate Rimac. And now with a new look here with Miro at the wheel. I've actually been up the hill with him in the Nevera before. We've got the McLaren Elva, one of 149, but with the windshield. Oh, the red arrows went overhead again. The Ultimate Series McLaren. Also, McLaren have an MP412C coming through. Throwback, that's presumably one of the really early cars. Or just 12C, as I guess they call it now. They kind of changed it during its production run. An equal throwback, an immensely cool volcano yellow McLaren P1. Hey, that's what Tavares's car used to look like, sitting in race mode, wing up. Remember when they launched that, how futuristic and crazy it was? I think we've also just had the sound of the startup of one of the Pagani Rs. Was it the Huayra R? Probably Huayra R, maybe Zonda Revolution. Huayra R coming forwards right now. That's going to be coming out. I need to duck off back to the side, keep out of the way. I think, in fact, we have both. The Zonda Revolution is coming forwards first, here with Lanzante. That thing is, of course, absolutely crazy. They'll be followed by the other Lanzante cars coming after. Listen to this. That's such a good sound. Then we've got the Tag Turbo. That's an immense project, using the original Tag Turbo F1 engines, effectively. MC20 Cielo, the Spider version. That's the Huayra R. That does look very smart, especially in that colour. We've got the Gran Turismo, new Gran Turismo. This being the Trofeo. Going through. McLaren Senna. I love that McLaren have really brought out a full lineup. Is that Bruno at the wheel? I think that's Bruno Senna at the wheel of the McLaren Senna. Heading towards the start line. This is actually really fun. The concept prototype, pre-production if you will, version of the Mercedes AMG GT that we know will be SL based. Looks like there's a little bit of space behind the seats there. First actual time I've seen it. It goes past us right now. Oh, that was loud. Certainly made everyone jump and turn around and take a look. There's a kid right in front who certainly just got terrified before that's going to be coming through. Coming through now is the McLaren Solus GT. The canopy slides forwards. This, of course, has a V10, single seat, as close as you can probably get to a thoroughbred race car. It's just going to snap past us as the Huayra R is fired up again. I think we'll then have the Utopia coming forwards in a moment as well. You can tell it's super busy here. There's a lot going on, a lot of people around to come and see the Supercar Paddock here at Goodwood. Here it goes, the Huayra R. There we go, round it comes. Man, don't rev, that'll hurt. Stop, that means about to rev it. Good. Check this out. We've got Singer coming through. Look at that. Look at this. It's been getting a lot of hype and acclaim. Oh, the LSP, by the way. Those are beautiful. Ah, there we go. GT4 RS. Look at the colour choice. Bright orange. The carbon bonnet. Full Manti spec on that. The crowd just flocking after the cars now. You can't see anything. The Rolls-Royce Spectre. First time I've seen the new Spectre. I think fully unveiled. Of course, Rolls-Royce going electric, which you could argue is very much a natural fit for the brand. Given luxury and silence, effortless driving is the idea behind it. I think perhaps the last car is my friend Francis driving in the Pagani Utopia. Manual gearbox, of course, in this. Stay tuned for some fun to come. First time it's made a move. Look at that. The third model from Pagani. Some of the cars coming down. Oh, the cracks of the AMR Pro. STO coming through. The Lambo's doing Lambo things, nice and noisy. Check what's that. Hey, there's the Storato. Interesting. I'm trying to work out where the cars are coming from and what's happening and whatnot. So we've got the DBS 770 Ultimate, we've got the Valkyrie. We have got a massive burnout right here. From the V12 Vantage, surprisingly quiet. Needs a Quicksilver exhaust. And then we've got the Valkyrie Spider. Darren Turner at the wheel. we've got some of the other cars. So they've already been up. Will handle very quickly, has to be said. 812 Competizione. Look at this thing, the Bugatti Bolide. That looks like a Batmobile. That just, very few words. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the Daytona SP3 there is a very pretty car. But the Bolide is just unbelievable. Skip back to the paddock to see everything coming straight back through. Love the comp. The buyer, look at this. Oh, it's so open. Really can't wait to experience it. GTS, roof up now. Still looks the part. Roma. This thing means business. The Bugatti Bolide. Listen to it. Kind of follow it through. W16 has never sounded so raw. I mean, that's what this car is about. Really a signature celebration of this power plant. Listen to it. I could just stare at this all day. This thing is well and truly standout for me of the paddock right now. Seeing the Bolide here and part of all of this, causing a bit of a traffic jam. Step back, I'm safely out of the way. Even the details of the lights, louvres, the shapes. Still the horseshoe grille down there, so low. And it's right down on the ground. Immediately followed by the Daytona in magma red. Beautiful paint colour. Then we've got the T.50. 2 up, 3-seater of course. High pitch whine of that V12. New build, charged Mustang of course. SF90 Spider. Oh, this is just, where else in the world would you ever have such a high standard of cars rolling through? Hey, Chris Goodwin, driving the P1 Spider. That's the sound of the Zonda. P1. Gran Turismo Trofeo. That sounded awesome. Well, the Huayra R is officially one of the best sounding machines here. What was that? Well, I wasn't expecting that to be quite so loud, but it sounded absolutely immense. Big burnout from the centre. Utopia. Lambo's showing who's boss. This is now the McMurtry Spearling Pure. Last year, the McMurtry Spearling set the world record for the Hillclimb here at the Festival of Speed. This is the even more uncompromised version. 1,000 horsepower, less than 1,000 kilos of weight. They'll make 100 units. It's £820,000 plus taxes. This is effectively sucked to the ground by fans. It is the ultimate in performance, yet it's tiny. The wheels almost look unusually big in comparison to obviously that single seat size, the width of it, the aero profile of it, the cabin. This thing is just absolutely unreal. One day, need to give it a go and see what it's actually like. Well, this has been generating quite some buzz in the last few days. The production-ready specification of the Koenigsegg Gemera, the 4-seater now with the option to have the Jesko's V8, as well as the tiny friendly Giant 3-cylinder engine with which it was launched. You can now opt to pay for the upgrade to the V8, which gives you the most astonishing 2,300 horsepower. That means better than a 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio in a car that you can drive with 4 passengers, with your 4 carbon fiber suitcases back here, for the mid-engined driving experience with all of that practicality. The ultimate in daily hypercars. A phenomenal prospect concept idea, and this paintwork looks astounding as well. I've been lucky to ride in the, let's say, prototype, the model they showed of the Gemera, just for a little bit of a sense of what this thing is about, with all the cup holders, with everything inside it. But now, boasting immense performance, there's also the S-duct through the front. So if you have the tiny friendly Giant, you can have some storage up front, but working here with the Lightspeed transmission from the Jesko, combined with a very, very clever system for distribution of power. It's effectively all-wheel drive. This will break many a record when they do some times and official metrics with it, and it just looks really cool as well. Of course, it has brought about a price bump. It is now a good few million, as opposed to where it kind of originally began. Not sure what that was the sound of, starting up over there somewhere, probably a bike. But this is certainly going to be something really, really special. 300 of them in total to be built at the new factory that has just opened as well. Also here is the CC850. The CC850 being the car with a virtual manual gearbox that was launched last year, paying tribute to the original CC8S in the styling, the lights, but completely modernised, if you will, the 50 to celebrate Christian's 50th birthday, the year in which it was launched, and obviously a car that, again, boasts the latest tech, and is a really special thing, and looks the part as well. Looks really nice. There is also an FXXK Evo here. That didn't go for the first run. I have actually been up the hill in an FXXK Evo, and I'll never forget it. That thing is wild. The immense power and the sound of the V12. These track hypercars are something special. Jaguar have also launched the F-Type 75, the convertible here. It's part of the Supercar Paddock. This is the Zinger 21C with its tandem seating configuration. Massive aero, beautiful paint colour. I filmed this very car, in fact, when the 21C was introduced to begin with. But the technology that goes into the way they are engineering this, the materials and the frame and everything that you see underneath, makes it even more special. For example, you can see there the exposed columns and structural components, one seat in front of the other, big wing at the back, 2 different specs, one like this for the track and one that's a little bit more sanitized for the road, with these very large doors that open outwards and a gigantic sill to step over. We also have the AMG 1, which made its, I think, dynamic debut here at Foss last year. This particular car in the satin black, looking spectacularly menacing, and also obviously with the F1 engine back here, the most successful Formula 1 engine of recent times, although obviously now the F1 circuit being rather dominated by Max Verstappen and Red Bull, but nonetheless, to bring that to a road car, I've always been absolutely blown away by. You see this in the track mode, wing up at the back, louvers open at the front, these can all tuck away. Look at the aero discs on the wheels. The AMG 1 looks immense. The hand-painted star at the front. This being one of the factory cars, customer cars have just started being delivered. 750S coming back through. Need to take a proper look at this. Take it all in. The Spider as well, of course, coupe and Spider, both models for the 750. 599XX coming through. That thing is so loud. That's so loud. Spin around for a second, I nearly missed the Regera coming through. Looks like the batch is back. GT3 RS, can't wait to drive one. Spider RS, Schmark 150, who runs a lot of the stuff behind the scenes for Schmiel 50, actually has one of these coming very soon, so hopefully we'll see that on the channel. Spaniel Suiza, the carnage of it all happening at once. 12C Coupe, Nevera, I'm gonna get run over. I trust the guys. Park it back in there. Look, in fact, they have the board behind with many of those aforementioned times I was mentioning. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 1.74 seconds. 0 to everything. 0 to 120, 4.19. Those numbers just don't make any sense. Well worth studying. 0 to 200 kilometers, 4.42. And then, meanwhile, we have the KC23 coming through. KC23 running under manpower to get it back to the paddock. Literally full 488 GT3 stripped out style interior. MC20 convertible. Got some of the other McLarens. It's a really nice paint colour. Deep metallic red. Big fan. There's nowhere else where you just see this stream of supercars coming past. That's why I'm just savouring the moment, enjoying all the cars being driven, enjoying the fact that this is happening here. It's like the only place in the world where this happens. Look at that paint fade to carbon. I hadn't really noticed that before. The exposed carbon at the back fading through the metallic silver. Gran Turismo, and then we've got another little glimpse at this new AMG GT on the SL platform. We're going to find out more about very soon. Hiding away the headlights there. Sounds good. 4-litre twin-turbo V8 for sure. And then we've got Pagani, TAC Turbo. I mean, what on earth is this thing? This lineup. That's been impressively loud. Look at that carbon, or that painted or carbon rings is painted, stripe down the side. Love the design. F1 engine sound. I mean, this is mind-boggling. So, to get out of the way of the Huayra, so that it can tuck in. Everybody on that side needs to watch themselves. Gonna need a couple of turns to get that around. Standing between a Singer and a Huayra R with a Utopia just beyond. The nerve-wracking moment when a Huayra R and a Bugatti Bolide are that close together. Needs must and all to get it into its bay, into its paddock slot. Look at the mix though. Utopia, GT4 RS, Spectre. How about that for a line? In comes Utopia. This is the Ferrari car. Just being here is special. So epic. It's not easy with so many people around. A lot of pressure here. I need to get the car forwards to shuffle it. Look from the back of the Utopia how open it is with this design, but the signature Pagani elements that you have being managed alongside the aerodynamics, obviously the AMG derived V12 being the power plant of choice within. But the design being absolutely critical. It's all about the lines. Similar wheels in some ways to those that we've seen on the AMG 1 just before. Meanwhile, the GT4 RS squeezes through. The Rolls-Royce Spectre squeezes through. I like that modern take on the front end, on the design of the car. Obviously distinctly Rolls-Royce with the grille, but managing a completely different character of car, given that it's electric. No twin-turbo V12 in this one. Very luxurious interior. Follow up in obviously many ways to the Wraith, which took that form factor, that shape before. Senna comes through. Original launch spec Myra Orange McLaren Senna. Singer DLST. Amazed by how loud this is. Side exhaust down there. Massively wide body. In fact, look, compared to the regular car, if you will, almost looking like it's housed inside this new wide fender, wide arch over the back. Just gonna hope he doesn't rev it, because that would very quickly deafen us back here. P1 followed it through. Then we have the line of Lambos, including the Viola Bastos TO and the Technica behind. It has got very busy here. It's actually amazing how many people there are around for the first day of FOSS this year. Normally it gets so busy a little bit later on. I think that's probably it. The final cars of the Supercar Paddock have returned. We've ventured over to where some of the Shmeemobiles are. Here we have a little display with the GT Black Series, the Zenbo TSRS, the SLS Black Series, and the STO. This is actually around the Goodwood merch shop and in the picnic lunch area, if you will, just beside the Supercar Paddock. So if you're coming down, we're at one of the entrances just here in the corner. These are going to be here. The Ford GT is actually over at the Bonhams section as well at Goodwood House with the auction, with its new wrap, with its new art car livery. That's going to be over here at the weekend, I think, with these cars. But it's cool to have the Zenbo back. It's cool actually to just have the cars here and be part of this unreal lineup. This is actually where the helicopters come in through the trees. That's kind of cool. Go out for a helicopter ride, or yeah, land if you want to avoid the traffic jams coming into the Goodwood Festival of Speed. But today has been mega already. This is just the start, because you've seen some pretty cool cars as part of the Supercar Paddock. The Bolide has just blown my mind. Seeing that thing, unreal. Very few words for it. But then we have the Jesko in action, Utopia in action, Gemera T.50 in action, hopefully the AMG 1 will be in action, the Valkyries are in action, the Solus GT is here alongside all of the track hypercars like the R's on the Revolution. It's just mind-blowing. This event is out of this world. That's it for the first glance though. We've started to see what's going on, but stay tuned because I think you guys know as well as I do there's going to be some fun stuff on the channel from this year's Festival of Speed, so stay tuned for all of that. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and maybe see some of you here over the weekend. I'll see you then. Cheers!